Hi, welcome to the Gen X Glam and Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see you, whether this is the first time you're tuning in or you're coming back. It's like a couple hundredth video you've seen of me gabbing away. Welcome to everyone. If you're new to the channel, I specialize in get ready with me videos, lots of show and tell, lots of me showing and telling my midlife makeup crisis journey with anybody that wants to tune in and go on it with me. Today, we're going to look at some SHEGLAM products and what I've got in my latest IPSY haul, as well as I want to plug the current giveaway video I have going on. It's going to be linked in this video description. It's for USA and Canada subbies. Go check it out. There's a nice glam bag of goodies if you want to get in on it. It closes on February 21st. You have to be subscribed to the channel and make a comment in that giveaway video and you will be in the running. Good luck. So what have I got going on today? All of my skincare is down and I have been messing around, blending my life away with some color correcting and concealer products. So let's get into it. I flashed these face palettes in the giveaway video that I mentioned. They're from SHEGLAM. And I've got 3 of them. So this one is definitely more of your quintessential colors you need to correct the blues and the purples and everything that's going on, you know, in your under eye area. This palette here is more for brightening and concealing. And then there's, oh yeah, wait for it. There's a third one here, which is kind of, you can contour, you can lay down some blush, you can also do some color correcting, although I think this is such like a limeish green. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to use that one for. When you're working with these kind of palettes for color correcting and building your base and concealing, you have to be somewhat of a mad scientist. You may even want to consult one of your AI friends and ask them, hey, this is a color I have going on underneath my eye. What colors do I need to mix to neutralize that? Okay, so I asked today, like, what do I need to do to make a peach? And I asked my AI friend, and my AI friend said, well, a little bit of a light pink and maybe like a soft orange or coral, warm tones will give you that peach effect. Because normally I don't have to do, like, to have time to mix all these colors, you got to know what you're doing. Professional makeup artists, MUAs, they know what they're doing. They have these kind of things in their kits. When I learned how to get, when I went to makeup school, a very 21-hour immersive 3-day course while I was living in Canada, I learned how to color correct based off what was given to me in my school kit, which was this sort of product, this sort of formula, these pastier creams that come in palette pans like this. I did not learn off of a liquidy concealer color corrector formula. Like, this is my favorite from Huda Beauty, but a couple swipes of this will accomplish what I like, multiple mixtures of, you know, all of these different palettes. It's not to say they're not fun to use, and the makeup artists do use them, because if you have the right quality formula, maybe like a Makeup Forever type, you're going to get that long staying powder power once you set it with your powders. So I've already worked on a base. I've been having a lot of fun playing with all of these colors. In case you haven't noticed, like, my little fingerprints are in all of them. My take on the SHEGLAM ones, a little bit oily, not as dense in formula as, say, a Makeup Forever. Like, you can look at my Makeup Forever palette here. I have dug into that thing. I have dug deep. And when I dig, I usually use my little popsicle sticks, a trick I learned at beauty school, because you can get product on the tip and then take whatever blender you're using and move it down and really control the amount of product that you're putting on the face. I love this technique. And luckily, my beauty school teacher gave me a bunch of popsicle sticks as a parting gift when I graduated after day 3. Oh dear, look what I did. I just nicked one and I got some in my nail. This is the thing. So that's another reason why, like I say, I advocate for the popsicle sticks or anything that you can find similar to that, so you're not getting your nails all gunky dipping into products that present like this in pans, because it is really nice to warm these things up with the, you know, the natural warmth of your skin, of your body temp, right, to do the initial blend, but it's just so messy. So this was a little bit of the SHEGLAM. I went in with this shade right here, and it didn't really do that much for me. I found that I really needed to keep dipping into the pans. This is my review, by the way, in case I didn't make it clear, to keep blending and get some sort of pigment, you know, pigment going on my skin. And to me, when I have to keep going back to a product and putting it on my skin, that's more stuff I'm putting in my pores. So I really personally am looking for the one-stop products, one-stop shopping products, and less of, so I mean, so you're probably like, why did you buy it? Well, I wanted to try it. It was really affordable. And I think that there is a time and a place for some products like this. I like to have them in my kit. Like for this one right here, this one was a really lightening and brightening sort of cream, and I went in on the innards here and I really blended it in to give some brightness right there to the corner of my eye. But then I had to go in with my little Q-tip and get some of the product out of, you know, going too deep into that area. But I think there's a time and a place for these sort of creamy creams. It's definitely, the time is definitely when you have the time, because you really have to like dab here, blend out, get in another shade, dab in, blend out. How did those two look? Oh, they didn't look that great. What am I going to do? What color am I going to use to neutralize that? I don't like how that turned out, right? It's a lot of trial and error, but this is a pretty, let's call it affordable starter kit. And then if you do like this method of setting your face with all these creamy pans, then you could maybe graduate, wait for Makeup Forever to go 20% off or some, you know, on sale, and go. And one of these is one-stop shopping. When you figure out how to properly use it, I will self-admit that it takes me a lot of trial and error to use those kind of face palettes to build a base. But that's what I did. That's what I did today. And so there's all of that. What else do I want to get into today? Oh, I want to show and tell my latest IPSY, my latest subscription haul from IPSY. If you're unfamiliar with IPSY, oh, one more thing from SHEGLAM that I got. I feel like I got 6 brushes, a 3 for 6. I got some double-ended brushes. This one is, I can already tell you, is my favorite because it's a tiny little paw, the dense paw that I can like tap and blend with like, as I've been doing with my favorite new brush from e.l.f., the Tap and Blend concealer brush. And then it's got sort of a larger denser end where I can push on right in this area, which is where I do a lot of creams and I do a lot of concealers right in this area because it's where I hold a lot of my redness. And when the blush that I wear, I usually put right at the top, and I get in there and I like to stamp it in. So, and then you can't go wrong with all over face fluffies. Some of them have angles. So when I'm going in with my contours, I got all the angles going. I don't know, I thought it was a good deal. I'm a fan of the SHEGLAM brushes. I don't own a ton of them, but I do, the ones that I do own, I like a lot. They clean up well, they last well, they get the job done. Like it's hard for me. Okay, so I was gonna say it's hard for me to spend a lot of money on brushes. I take that back, because if you're tracking my channel, you know, over the years I have been collecting Charlotte Tilbury brushes, which aren't cheap, although I do try to plus up on one of those when the rare times when she's having, and it's usually around the holidays, having an all full site sale, and I can get 15, 20, 25% off them. So all that said, let's take a look at the IPSY subscription. I get the Glam bag, which is about 15 bucks a month, and then I get the Glam box, which is closer to $30 a month. On both of those, I have some flexibility in picking out products, but some of the stuff is a surprise when it comes. So let's look at the little Glam bag first. Cute little bag, whatever they can stuff in there, they do. And sometimes they can't fit everything in there. So then they have, then like there's like an outside product. And in this case, the outside product that came with the bag was Bliss Cool With It Cooling Gel Eye Masks, which I really like. I used them the other day. They are very cooling. They didn't make me itch. I was able to leave them on for the time recommended, and I felt a little bit like depuffed in the under eye area, definitely moisturized. So good find. Thank you very much, IPSY, on that. Also in the little bag, I got this peptide facial scrub from a brand called Koa Life. I love it. Has like a eucalyptus smell to it, much like a spa. I think I'm going to take it on vacation. I'm trying to self-identify products I'm going to take on vacation coming up here in a couple of weeks, because I want to use them and lose them type of thing. I don't really want to lose them, but I want to use them. And if I lose them, it's not going to, I won't be too sad about it. I got this BYOD, I'm not sure, Boyd. It's a translucent setting powder. So I thought, since I have all these creams down, let's see what this powder looks like up against the one that I have been using, the new NYX Wonder Snatch in Cherry Cheek. I've been told by people who know more than me that my skin tone sets better in a loose powder form, or compressed powder form really, with a powder that has a pink hue. So let's try those against one another. Also, these are 3 products. Now I'm just starting to mix the box. Let's see, Pacifica Hydro Dew Slime is a no thank you. It came in the little bag. I'm not a fan of the Pacifica brand. I bought like a skin tint of theirs once. Think L'Oreal lotion type of product. It was oily. It was messy. The packaging was awful to get it open. It was this huge mess. I have pictures of it on Discord somewhere. If you want to join the Gen X Glam Discord server, there's a lot of great channels over there where we hang out and talk about things and post pictures. And I've got some very few hit piece pictures on Pacifica. This is going to go in a giveaway. It's just not for me. I'm not into any of the slimy products out there. This is an all-in-one eye cream, Watermelon Dream from Dallas & James. I really, really like this a lot. I used it today. It has and it's definitely going on vacation. I'm going to use it until it's gone. It's got a pink hue to it, but it doesn't leave, pink color, but it really brightening, and it's supposed to reduce the fine lines and wrinkles. I don't believe any of the creams when they say that, but I do believe it's good to keep your skin moisturized, and any cream that gives me a little bit of brightening under the eye, I'm a sucker for. So this was a hit, but I believe it was an add-on. I don't think it came in the little bag. I think I added it on. And the fact that it's so thin, and I don't like putting thick creams under my eyes, so that was also a win. Also in the little bag was this Tarte Juicy Balm. I used it earlier when I was working on my base, and it, like a tiny bit of pressure on my lips, flattened it out. So it's just a very, very soft, creamy product. I mean, I'm not sitting here in the sauna or anything, and it looks to me like it's already melting. The IPSY stuff is hit or miss. I like to joke, I do joke, that it's stuff that falls off a truck. It's like, how do they get this stuff? And they just, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't speculate. One shouldn't speculate. I think that's it for the bag. For the bigger box, I got some more. So when I have a chance to choose in IPSY lately, I have been choosing hair products because they're consumable, right? The shampoo, conditioner, mask, it's gone, it's gone. I'm using it up. It's not taking up space in my glam station. I don't feel as much of an overconsumer. But I got this Aceology Multivitamin Brightening Biodegradable Mask. Biodegradable, so that's always good. Friendly for the environment. It's supposed to leave it on for 30 minutes. It's a full mask. I couldn't keep it on for the full 30 minutes. My face started to feel a little bit itchy, but I don't think it's necessarily about the product. I'm just very sensitive to weight on my face. That includes makeup. One of the reasons why I don't wear a lot of eye makeup, because I can really feel it in terms of jewelry. I don't wear a lot of jewelry. Because I feel all of that weight on me, and it's just like a personal thing. So, but I did manage to keep this on for 15 minutes, and afterwards I blended in what was left into my skin, and I did feel like, oh, I have a nice glow. Does my face, it says with collagen, does my face feel like tighter? No, it didn't feel that much tighter to me, but it did look a little brighter. And there's just so many skin-loving ingredients in there, like a vitamin mask, like, we have to trust, right? We have to trust that it's good for us, and every once in a while, it's worth sitting through the uncomfortableness of it for me, having that thing on my face. Also in the IPSY Glam box is a palette. It's like a eyeshadow palette. Not really my Hues, so I'm gonna put this in my giveaway treasure chest. It's from the brand Girl-Lactic, is that right? The Essential Palette, Volume 2. I don't know what Volume 1 is, but here it is. I mean, there are some colors in there that are okay, but there's some that are just a little too shimmery for me. And the purples and that, like that minty turquoisey in the corner, I just wouldn't use, but maybe somebody else would. Or I like to say when I have my giveaways, which are very modest, by the way, and I curate them myself with overstock from my own things like this, or gifts or purchases or whatever. If you don't, what is this? Oh, it's the tag from my shirt. If it's not for you, then give it to your neighbor or give it to your colleague or somebody that it might be for, that might enjoy it more than you. There's a lot of, like, the 80s. Those were some really good, like, you could do some great 80s look with the colors in that palette. All right, lastly, we've got the Dalish Lip Balm. It looks, this is also going to go in the giveaway treasure chest. Looks like it's got like a purpley, like deep pink cotton candy kind of color to it. I don't know. I haven't used it, so I can't speak to the consistency. I don't know if it's like super sticky or not, if it's one of those formulas, but that is going to go into the giveaway pile. And I think that pretty much takes us through. Oh, one more add-on. Two more things that came. In the IPSY box, I got a new Rare Beauty blush in the shade Believe, which is really, really, really pretty. And oh, it's like, I really like, this is like a really deep rose mauve, and it just blends out so well. But these blushes from Rare Beauty are very powerful. Look at all that pigment. I could just go like that on my face probably and blend that out, and that's going to be plenty for me. But I was going to say about the Rare Beauty blushes, I have a couple other ones. Like this one also came in an IPSY or some sort of subscription in the shade Virtue. It's a little too honey for me. And then I have some in the pinker family, Happy, Hope, and Happy. This is the way to go, like the minis with Rare Beauty, I think, because then you can, I'm going to go in with this P. Louise brush and blend that out a little bit, because then you're not paying for like a full size. And honestly, when you do this too, we can go right on my hand. We don't have to waste any of this. It's very dewy, it's very pigmented, and I'm covering a lot of ground with just that little dot that I swatched on my hand to show you guys. But I was saying, like, just the minis are fantastic. The minis are just so fantastic across the board, all products, all brands, because if you're like me and you do want to try the latest thing and you're like, oh, maybe it really does do what it says it's going to do. And then you end up with too much stuff, right? The whole overconsumption equation. What are you going to do? How do you solve it? If you got minis, at least it doesn't feel as bad. Speaking of minis, like these are really, really minis. Tarte has a creaseless, creamy concealer. I got this darker shade. It's a neutral. It's a light medium neutral in 29. I got this in an IPSY bag, I don't know, well over a month ago. And I really liked the consistency of the formula, even though, you know, it's more of like a light medium. That's fine, because I blend my concealers all over my face. I'll use a deeper light concealer for like this part of my face, for my jawline, for my forehead. And this one here in the shade 16 neutral, which is what I added this on. I saw it as an add-on when I was picking out my stuff this month. This 16 is much, much brighter, and I will use it in a spot like that, or like a spot right there, right? So I was kind of really excited to see another little tiny, I don't even know, this isn't even a mini. This is what they would call a deluxe sample size. I was really excited to see that 16 on the site, and threw it in as an add-on. It was a very easy choice. I'm looking for something to blend this out. Let's use the e.l.f.'s version of the Sephora Tap and Puff. And you saw me using my generic version that I got on Amazon. 5 for $9.99, come in all different sizes, cal angle, just saying. But let's use the e.l.f. one, which is a little bit less blendy, in my opinion. bendy. It's still blendy. It's just not as bendy as the Sephora Tap That Puff here, and the Cal Angle ones that I get on Amazon. But look at, see, there's a little bit of brightness right there at the bridge, which I love, and a little bit of brightness right in that area where I tend to have some discoloration. So there it is. And these are going on vacation. These are going on vacation. Before I leave on vacation, I'm definitely going to do at least one other giveaway. So I've got the one going on right now that I'll link in this video description. And I want to do another one on Saturday the 21st when the current one closes, and maybe one before that, because I'm going to the post office when I go on vacation. Super excited about that. And I am going to send out some giveaways. All right, let's go in with the new Boyd. I have no idea how you pronounce it. This I got, again, in my little IPSY bag. We're going to take off the plastic. We're going to, if we can, and we're going to spin it. Usually you have to spin it. Nope, I didn't have to spin anything. It's coming out. This is, let's see. This looks a little bit too ivory for me. I don't know what this is going to do to me. There it is. As opposed to, you know, you're going to see the cherry is definitely more in the pinkish hue. I thought I had enough brushes to do this. Like, how many more brushes do I have to get out in front of me? Let's go in with this e.l.f. brush. This is a Flawless Concealer brush, but it's kind of fluffy. Let's go on this side of the face with the Wonder Snatch Cherry Cheek, and just go in and set some of all of those creams. I have so much cream on my face right now. It's not even funny. I'm not, like, again, like I don't think I said in this video. So if you're just watching me, if you just found me for the first time, I'm so glad that you did. And I hope that you come back, and I hope that you like and you subscribe and you tell your friends all about the Gen X Glam and Gab channel. But I mostly use pressed powder, like pressed powder compacts. Charlotte's Tilbury is my favorite. I just am not a fan of these loose powders, although I have been not liking this Wonder Snatch from NYX. For me, and it could be my vintage skin, okay? It could be because I have the vintage skin, that the loose powders just don't work for me. I feel that they leave like a cakey look, a makeup-y look, which even though I'm putting on makeup, I don't want a makeup-y look. I want like a smoothed out, brightened, like diminish some of the imperfections going on my face. If somebody looks at me and like, oh, she had to put on a little bit of makeup to achieve that, that doesn't necessarily bother me. If I have to put on clown face amounts of makeup to achieve that, that definitely does not sit well with me. All right, so that's all I'm going to go in with there. Around the nose, I guess, maybe around my lip contour area to try that up, because I do want to do some lip lining. By the way, I'm just not going anywhere in particular today. After we do this look, I think I'm going to go with one of the invaders on an errand. So the invaders, if you're new to the channel, those are family members. Those are family members that like to interrupt me while I'm filming, and they ruin my one-take trolley ride, and it upsets me greatly, but I don't think they're going to be bothering me at the moment. This is entirely too big. This is entirely too big. So can we just use the other side of the new SHEGLAM brush to go in with this? But I'm so nervous what this is going to do. So much messy fallout as well. I'm just going to close my eye. It's not awful. It's not awful. I thought it would, like, it's not blending out though as well as that Wonder Snatch, in the sense that I can still see the powder sitting on my skin. It's just, let's go in with this P. Louise. Love this dense P. Louise brush. It's kind of like a triangle, and it really can save the day. I'm going to press in. I'm going to go in with what's left in the top, and let's just press along the sides. See, this to me this is too much effort. This is way too much effort. I would rather just use my compact powder press. Even when I didn't have vintage skin when I was younger, these were the kind of like powders that I would use. I would never use anything like this back in the day because I wouldn't have had time, and I wouldn't have wanted the mess wherever it was, the little tiny space that I had to do makeup in whatever shared housing I was living at when I was, you know, much younger. So yeah, not a big fan, but hey, came in the box. I tried it. It's going to go in my, you know, I'll play with this again when I have time pile. The NYX Cherry Cheek, it's such a mess. I'm telling you, I have a napkin below me. I always spread out a napkin and use it in front of me to put my brushes on. Another trick that I learned when I went to beauty school. And speaking of beauty school, teacher said that the loose setting powders have so much more staying power than a compact, but we don't need to go. We do not need a red carpet look as regular folks sitting here at our glam stations. So I'm going to stick with my compressed powder type of vibe. All right, let's do the lips really quickly. New product that I bought last time I was in the States. It is from NYX Jelly Job. And you'd think it was going to be like one of these tube ones where it's like, you know, you go right here. Look, it has the plastic spade applicator, which I'm not really a fan of. But let's grab one of the new e.l.f. lip liners. Actually, not all of these are new. My favorite one is Mauveicide. I'm going to use this one. Mauveicide. Let's just do these again. These are not going to give you that 10-hour, the e.l.f. lip liners. They're not going to give you that 10-hour red carpet staying power, but they are soft and creamy, and they're going to give you enough pigment where just keep one for $3. You can buy like a gazillion of these. Just keep them in your bag. Just keep them in your bag for $3 a pop, and you can just touch up throughout the day. You know, like touching up lip liner for me is just, you know, I just grab one and look in the mirror and do like a quick little touch up. No tinglies with this. Very glossy, not sticky, not too sticky. Tiny bit sticky, but have tried stickier. All right, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well. Let's take one of my new SHEGLAM brushes and do like one of these all over face numbers to really get in. Oh, wait. We can't go anywhere yet. Let's go in with SHEGLAM, just this shade right there, and give a little bit of these numbers. I needed another all over face powder palette and creamy palettes for that matter, like I needed what, another glass of water, but I got it anyway, just for fun. Just it had been a while since I did a SHEGLAM order, and SHEGLAM for me is just rather hit or miss. Sometimes you find some things that are just like, wow, that is now going to be like a holy grail for me. And sometimes you're just like, total miss. I feel that way too sometimes about P. Louise products. All right, now I'm going to say, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that you're well. I hope your family's well. I totally appreciate you tuning in. Get in on some of that giveaway action. If you're interested, go check out the link that I'm going to put in this video description, and stay tuned because I'm going to offer a few more giveaways in the next couple of weeks, and I'm so excited to do that for everyone. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.